All right, hey. So now let's talk about dividing fractions. Okay, so as you can see from the rules here, all right, if you have a over b and you're dividing it by c over d, you're just going to go ahead and set it up as a times d over b times c, which you'll see me doing this a lot. It's just we're just cross multiplying. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out and see what it looks like. Okay. This should be relatively, easy for you, right? I always say that, with quotations, because what's easy for me or difficult for me might be different for you, right? But it's a really simple concept, okay? So this first one, let's just go ahead and label it, just so we can kind of get the hang of it. So this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and what my rules tell me is A times D over B times C. So let's go ahead and set up A over D first. That's 1 times 4. Over BC, which is 2 times 1. I know, extremely difficult, right? So what do I have here? 4 times 1 is 4 over 2. And what I'm really just trying to see now, this is an improper fraction. You're going to have to divide, right? They're glorified division problems. It's just basically 4 divided by 2. Or how many times can 2 go into 4? Okay? And if you said 2, you will be correct. Okay, so 4 over 2 converts into 2. So 1/2 divided by 1/4 equals 2. Whole number. Okay, let's go to the next one. I got 4 over 6 divided by 7 over 9. Let me actually get my photo out of here so that way you guys can see the whole thing. There you go. So 4 over 6 divided by 7 over 9. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and cross multiply, right? So 4 times 9 over 6 times 7. 4 times 9, if you're doing it, is 36. Okay, let me get my calculator out just in case. Don't need it yet, but you never know. Okay, 6 times 7. Well, 6 times 6 is 36, so just add another 6 on that. 42. Okay, 36 over 42, you guys should already know it's not simplified. You must reduce it. Okay, what is the greatest common factor between 36 and 42? I'm actually going to do this part out real quick, just in case you're not getting it. Right? Got 1 in 36. Okay, let's see. 2 and, what is that, 18, right, guys? Yep. It's the part where I wish I was in class with you right now. 3 and 12. Okay. 4 and 9. Oh, I'm running out of space, and I got 6 and 6. Okay. For 42, I got 1 and 42. 2 and, what is that, 21. I don't think 3 is divisible by, or 42 is divisible by 3 even. Oh, yep, I'm sorry. 3 and 14. Remember, if you're ever not sure, you just take whatever number is up here, and you could just divide it by any of these numbers, and that's how kind of you know, right? So we know 42 is definitely divisible by 6. We just did that one, right? 6 and 7. And then I feel like that's it, guys. I don't think there's much else. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay? So if I look here, right, and let me actually get rid of this one so I don't confuse you, and let's change up the color real quick. I'm looking for that greatest common factor. What number is here that you see on both sides that's the largest number possible? I see 3 on both sides. I see 2 on both sides. I don't see a 7. What about 6? I see 6 on both sides. Let's use that. So let's go ahead and divide numerator and denominator by 6. 36 and 6 will give us 6. 42 divided by 6 gives us 7. So therefore, 4 over 6 divided by 7 over 9 equals 6 over 7. Okay, and remember, the best part about these videos is if you don't understand something, you can just stop it, go back to it, and watch it as many times as you need to, or whatever concepts you need to, okay? Now here, I got a mixed number. Now, remember, don't get lazy on me now. This is a mixed number, so you know you got to convert it into an improper fraction first. Okay, let's go back to that blue. All right, so how do we convert, mixed numbers into improper fractions? Let's multiply the whole number by the denominator. 3 times 7 gives me 21. I'll add my numerator of 2. That's 23 over 7. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and divide that by 1 and 1/4, right? So denominator times the whole number, 1 times 4. Add it to the numerator, 5 over 4. Okay, remember, we're just going to cross multiply here pretty much, right? I love using that term, cross multiply. Boom, boom. Okay, let's go to green. Now, let's see, what do I have? I'm going to go ahead and do this one first. Actually, I never even mentioned this to you guys yet. I used to call this the pescado, the fish method. Okay, let me show you why. And I actually meant to show you this on the first one. Okay, it's the pescado, the fish, because basically boom goes here and then boom goes here. Okay, and that does look like kind of a fish. Okay, so don't hate. Alright, so I got 7 times 5. That's easy for me, right? 35 is our new denominator. Now, what's 23 times 5, actually? Oh, I'm sorry, 23 times 4. That gives me 92. Okay, so now I got 92 over 35, which is an improper fraction, so you know we can't leave it like that. Let's go ahead and get our dividing on right now. It's how many groups of 35 will go into 92, okay? So I'm going to take 92, right? Numerator goes inside. Okay, if you guys want, I'll even make a nice little, there you go. Okay, that's kind of not that good. I'm just going to stick with what I do best. Okay, there you go. So how many times can 35 go into 92 evenly without going over? Well, I know 35 and 35 is 70. And I know if I add 75 to 35, that's going to be more than 92. So let's start with 2. Okay, 2 times 35, like we just said, 70. Now 2 minus 0, 2. 9 minus 7, 22. Okay, well, what happened here? Alright, so now I got, let's see, I got a remainder of 22, and I got to figure out what I'm going to write it over, okay? So I got 2 and 22 over 35. And I'm sorry if you can't see that. I know the green probably isn't the best for that, my bad. Let me write that down here. 2 and 22 over 35, okay? Now let's look at 22 and 35. Can we simplify? Can we reduce? For 22, it's really just 1 times 22 and 2 times 11, really. There's nothing else, right? And then none of those numbers, you know, we can divide 35. We cannot divide 35 by any of those numbers. So therefore, we're going to leave it just like it is, okay? Now let's go to this one. Now I know some of you guys got a little nervous when you start to see 3 fraction problems that you got to divide, okay? Don't worry, all right? It's okay. It's the same exact concept that we've been doing, okay? So let's just go ahead and try to set this up first, okay? Now I'm going to rewrite this equation in a different way just so it's a little bit easier for you, right? Because you know we're basically going to multiply this by this and that by that, and we're going to kind of do the same thing there, right? So let's just rewrite our equation. So I got 3 over 4. That's not going to change, right? 3. And I'm going to multiply 3 times 8, right? Okay. And then I'll go ahead and multiply it by 10. Okay, because remember, it's going to be the same thing. And then what am I going to multiply that by? 4 times 9 times 18. Okay. There you go. Now, how can you reduce this or simplify this? Let's see. Let me get a different color here. Now, you could go through and multiply 3 times 8 times 10. Get that answer and put it over 4 times 9 times 18. Get that, and then go ahead and simplify and reduce from there. But let me show you a little different method, okay? Remember, work smarter, not harder. So, let's go ahead and try to reduce this right now. If I got a 3 here, I know this 3 is going to go into this 9 3 times. Okay, I got an 8 here. Oh, that's easy. That's going to be able to be divided by 4, right? How many times does 4 go into 4? Once. It goes into 8 twice. Okay, and then I got 10 and 18. Let's divide by 2 there, okay? So the 10 turns into a 5, and the 18 turns into a 9. Okay, so let me rewrite this real quick. Now my new thing is 1 times 2 times 5, and my new denominator, 1 times 3 times 9. Okay, so let's see what we come up with now. I'm going to write my answer over on this side, okay? So 1 times 2, 2, times 5, 10. Okay. Hope you guys are with me there. All right, that's how I got this. And now the bottom is 1 times 3, 3 times 9. Okay, and that's going to go as my new numerator over there, which is 27. Okay. Right, so we're just trying to see now 10 over 27. Can we simplify it? Can we reduce it? Can we make it any smaller? 10, it's just 1 and 10, 2 and 5. Now, 27 cannot be divided by any of those numbers, so therefore you are done. this is your answer. Okay. Now, if you had gone through and done it the other way, right, you would have got the same exact answer. Okay, it just would have taken you a little bit while longer. Okay, let's go ahead and do that just so you can see what it looks like. And then you guys can pick, you know, whatever way you'd like to do it, because that's what it's all about. Give me a second. Let me just erase some of this stuff here. Okay, now you tell me what's easier or what you want to do. You think I'll be able to erase these lines perfectly? Ah, damn it. There you go. Almost perfect. Let's get this guy back up there. Okay. So let's go ahead and do it this way now, okay? So now I got 3 times 8, okay, which, as you know, is 24. And then I got 24 times 10, which is going to give me 240, right? So let's just go ahead and write this in. 3 times 8. What did we say that was? 24. 24 times 10, okay, gives me 240. Okay, what's that going to go over? So now I got 4 times 9. Okay, 4 times 9, as you know, is 36. 36 times 18. I'm definitely going to go ahead and use this here. Boom, 648. Yikes. Well, this is where it gets a little confusing. So now remember, I'm just trying to simplify this. Trying to see what can I use in order to reduce this and try to make these as, you know, the few amount of steps as possible, okay? Now, you know it can be divided by 2. Can most likely be divided by 4, most likely 8 as well. 12, I don't know, but I feel like 240 is definitely not divisible by 12. Oh, maybe it is. 648, is that divisible by 12? Yes, it is. Let's try 12 then. I was actually going to say let's try 8. So 240, give me 1 second, 240 divided by 12 gives me 20. So you know what, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe we can do this again. There's probably a higher number that we can use that I didn't realize right now. So 648 divided by 12 gives me 54. So now I got 20 over 54, which, you know, I know you know, we can reduce a little bit more, right? So as opposed to 12, maybe I should have used 14 or 16 perhaps, okay? So let's go ahead and divide by 2 one more time, okay? Sorry, it's another step, but I'd rather get it right than get it wrong. So 20 divided by 2, 10. 54 divided by 2, 27. So all of that stuff that we did, it got us the same exact answer that we got the first time, except here, in my opinion, I feel like you had to work a little bit harder. You have to go through a few more steps. But again, you need to figure out what works best for you and go from there. Okay, I hope that helps, guys.